Good evening. Pray as though everything depended on God. Work as though everything depended on you. Once said by Saint Augustine. Welcome to BMC News Live presented by Al Hilal Hospitals and Medical Centers English News. Myself, Shana Sultana, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines. Capital Governor paid tribute to His Majesty King Hamad. Tamkeen named Entrepreneur of the Year in 14th Golden Bridge Business and Innovation Awards. Abu Dhabi Public Health Center activated maternal and child health program. Birthday to launch booster campaign for under 10 due to rise in the spread of polio. Wearing masks mandatory in New Delhi as COVID-19 cases rising. Today's news in detail. Capital Governor paid tribute to His Majesty King Hamad. Capital Governor Sheikh Rashid bin Abdul Rahman Al Khalifa paid tribute to His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, hailing royal care for the Ashura commemoration. He expressed deepest thanks and gratitude to His Majesty the King for the annual royal gift granted to the Hosseiniya community centers. He lauded that Team Bahrain's effort and led by His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, which contributed to the success of the Ashura commemoration. He praised directives of the Interior Minister General Sheikh Rashid bin Abdullah Al Khalifa to all security directives to follow upon the needs of community centers and Hosseiniya processions. Tamkeen named Entrepreneur of the Year in 14th Golden Bridge for Business and Innovation Awards. The Labour Fund, Tamkeen, received a prestigious international award in recognition of its entrepreneurial initiative of conducting a comprehensive transformation plan that focuses on driving greater economic impact for the Kingdom of Bahrain. Tamkeen was named Entrepreneur of the Year in the category of non-profit or government organization in the 14th Annual 2022 Golden Bridge Business and Innovation Awards. The Golden Bridge Business and Innovation Awards are the world's leading business awards program honoring achievements in various sectors around the world. The program recognizes the world's best in organizational performances, innovations and executives and management teams, relations and marketing campaigns, creativity, partner programs, customer satisfaction, etc. Bahrain and Saudi Tourism Corporation discussed. Saudi Tourism Minister Fatima bint Jafar Al Sarafi hailed deep-rooted historic relations binding the Kingdom of Bahrain and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. She noted steadily growing relations and expanding fields, particularly the tourism sector. The minister made the statement as she met Saudi Tourism Development Fund Chief Executive Officer Qusay bin Abdullah Al Fakri in the city of Riyadh. The two sides discussed cooperation to create diverse business opportunities in the sector of tourism and promote its sustainability in line with international developments. Al Hilal Hospitals and Medical Centers Bahrain's COVID updates.
COVID updates brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers.
The Royal Humanitarian Foundation and the British University of Bahrain signed a Memorandum of Cooperation. The Royal Humanitarian Foundation (RHF) and the British University of Bahrain (BUB) have signed a Memorandum of Cooperation signed by RHF Secretary General Dr. Mustafa Al Sayed and BUB President Professor Julie Cross. The memorandum aims to expand the communication network in the educational field to serve orphans. During the meeting, Dr. Al Sayed conveyed greetings from His Majesty the King's representative for Humanitarian Work and Youth Affairs, His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, to BUB officials. Al Hilal Multi-Specialty Medical Center, Salmabad, organized a medical camp in association with Pravasi Welfare Association. Many comprehensive checkups were done for 150 participants. Achieving SDG a national priority, said Parliamentary Speaker Fauzia Zainal. Speaker of the Council of Representatives, Fauzia bint Abdullah Zainal has affirmed that taking care of Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs) and harnessing constitutional and parliamentary tools for the sake of their implementation are a primary permanent priority in line with the ongoing modernization process during His Majesty King Hamad Procedures a prosperous era and based on the ambitious plans launched by the government led by His Royal Highness Prince Salman, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, to achieve SDGs. Speaker made these statements while receiving yesterday's Sustainable Development Minister Noor bint Ali Al Khulaif, whom she congratulated on her appointment by His Majesty the King to her post. Saudi Arabia announced 13 August as Hajj pilgrims' departure deadline. The deadline to leave Saudi Arabia for pilgrims who perform this year's Hajj is Saturday, 13th August. The Ministry of Hajj and Umrah said that the Tawafa companies that provide services to pilgrims abroad must adhere to the pilgrims' departure schedule. The companies must also ensure that the travel procedures for the pilgrims who come to Saudi Arabia are completed according to the operational plans that were implemented during the 2022 Hajj season. The ministry alerted the companies to the importance of facilitating the departure of the last groups. Abu Dhabi Public Healthcare activated maternal and child health program. The Abu Dhabi Police Health Care Center has activated the maternal and child health program, which takes place annually in August in cooperation with 35 maternity and children's hospitals in Abu Dhabi. The move is part of the center's collaborative efforts to provide the highest levels of health care and maintain the health of the Abu Dhabi Emirate community, especially maternal and child health. The program is designed to improve women, infants, children and families' health and opportunities through preventive evidence-based approaches and evaluated by empowering the community, especially women and healthcare specialists. Now we shall go for a short commercial break.
The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahla. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
Welcome back. Al Hilal Multi-Specialty Medical Center Manama organized a healthy life checkup for Filipino nationals. Al Hilal Multi-Specialty Medical Center Manama organized a healthy life checkup for Filipino nationals in coordination with the Philippine Embassy, Bahrain on the 5th August of 2022 at Adliya. 500 Filipino patients turned up at Al Hilal Manama as early as 6 in the morning to avail of free blood pressure, blood sugar, kidney screening, liver screening and total cholesterol counts. Filipino patients can further avail of a free consultation valid for 10 days once their blood test results are available. Al Hilal Manama provided a special discount card to the Filipino participants, which includes 30% on consultations, 20% on laboratory, 30% on dental services, 50% on opticals, 40% on which is laser and cosmetics included, and 10% on MRI, SCT, IP, surgery, procedures and injections as part of a free medical camp. The discount card is valid until the 31st of July 2023. In addition, Al Hilal Manama also provided vitamin D checkup vouchers worth 4 and 5 BDs, cash vouchers that the patient can use for consultations. Dr. Piralil, the marketing manager of Al Hilal Medical Center, Manama, said that the discount voucher distributed to the patients could be availed at any branch of Al Hilal. Al Hilal Healthcare Group is always focused on the early detection and prevention of people's illnesses by organizing free medical campaigns with keeping in mind the corporate social responsibility to expatriate communities in Bahrain. The representatives of Al Hilal also mentioned that they plan to provide such free medical campaigns to other communities in the upcoming days. New UAE visas to go into effect next month. A significantly expanded Golden Visa Scheme, the new 5-year Golden Residency Scheme, a multiple entry tourist visa and job hunting entry permits are among the several residency reforms that will take effect next month. These new visas and entry permits are part of the largest entry and residency reforms adopted in the UAE. The new system will significantly benefit the expatriates living and working in the UAE as well as visitors. This will also make the UAE's Emirates an even more investor-friendly country for foreigners and high-net-worth individuals looking to have a long-term presence in the UAE. As per the UAE cabinet decision announced in mid-April, all these new executive regulations related to entry and residency laws will come into force after on the date of its publication in the official gazette. Kuwait announced that expatriates allowed to stay abroad for over 6 months. Expats with student visas and those on dependent visas are now allowed to stay abroad for 6 months as it applies to those with work permit. The only exception is for the domestic workers. If they stay abroad for more than 6 months, their residency permit will be cancelled unless their sponsors sign an agreement. A government decision allowing expatriates with Iqama to remain outside the country for more than 6 months is still in force. Until now, the decree has not been cancelled, the sources have said. However, the sources said also only domestic workers are not permitted to remain outside Kuwait for more than 6 months unless their sponsor applies for an exemption on their behalf. Expatriates are also allowed to renew their residency permits while they are outside Kuwait. The decree allowing the expatriates to renew their Iqamas online while abroad is in effect. The sources added, expats with student visas and those dependency visas are now allowed to stay abroad for more than 6 months. It has been announced. It is a government decision done by the Kuwait. Expatriates are also allowed to renew their residency permit while they are outside Kuwait. The decree allowing the expatriates to renew their Iqamas online while abroad is still in effect, the sources have added. South Korea's heavy rain casualties rose to 11 deaths and 8 missing. Casualties from this week's heavy rains in South Korea have risen to 11 people dead and 8 others missing, officials have said. A total of 3,775 homes and buildings were inundated, most of them in Seoul. The Korea Meteorological Administration has lifted the downpour warning in the wider Seoul area and Incheon, 27 kilometers west of Seoul, but maintained a heavy rain warning for the country's central region, including South Province, where precipitation may reach between 30 and 40 millimeters per hour. Britain to launch booster campaign for under 10s due to rise in the spread of polio. Britain is launching a polio vaccine booster campaign for children in London aged below 10 after confirming that the virus is spreading in the capital for the first time since the 1980s. The agency has identified 116 polio viruses from 19 sewage samples this year in London. It first raised the alert on finding the virus's sewage samples. With this, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live at English at 7:30 p.m. Thank you so much for watching. Signing off, Prishna Sultana. Good night.